Rise with India podcast on ET Now.
A very good morning to you. We're back with the ET Now Rise with India podcast. I'm your host Rohit. Here are the headlines this morning. Invesco is moving NCLT seeking extraordinary general meeting of ZEEL Entertainment. Indian Overseas Bank has managed to get out of the PCA watch list of RBI. Reforms 2.0 in the works for Telecom, says Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw. Government has reportedly fixed the minimum reserve price for Air India, and US markets end higher but yields continue to rise for a seventh day. The government has decided on the minimum reserve price for Air India and met the two bidders for further discussions. There is no clarity on when the winning bid will be announced. The Tata Group is believed to be the frontrunner and understood to have submitted a higher bid for Air India. North Korea has said that leader Kim Jong-un has ordered to restore stalled communication lines with South Korea in early October. This comes in the backdrop of an emergency closed meeting of the UNSC scheduled today after North Korea's third round of missile tests this month. North Korea has been under US-led economic sanctions for a while. Defense Ministry has approved the procurement of military hardware worth over 13,000 crore rupees. The procurement proposal were approved at a meeting of the Defense Acquisition Council. Of the total procurements, equipments worth about 11,000 crore rupees will be sourced from domestic entities. Tata AIA Life Insurance has tied up with integrated healthcare company Practo for online medical consultation for its customers. National Payment Corporation or NPCI is looking at $1 trillion worth of transactions through UPI on an annual basis as digital payments are progressing in the country. Managing Director and CEO Dilip Asbe said he is expecting total digital payment transactions to reach 70 billion this year as compared to 55 billion last year. State-owned Coal India will augment fuel supplies to power utilities to rein in lower coal stocks. For the past 3 days, the company has pushed up its offtake to power plants. A sudden spike in power generation in the second week of August triggered the increased appetite for coal. The government is working on a second set of reforms for the telecom sector aimed at creating strong mobile phone operators that can expand overseas while connecting the remotest corners of the country. This will follow policy changes announced 2 weeks ago aimed at relieving stress on the telecom sector and helping preserve the current market structure. In a conversation with the Economic Times, SBI Chairman D.K. Khara said he believes that the market is undervaluing SBI. He said that while the market value of SBI has almost doubled since the pandemic lows, the stock is still not reflecting its intrinsic strength and the value of its holdings in various businesses. Foreign funds have stepped up their opposition to SEBI's plan to shift to a shorter T+1 settlement cycle. Investors who buy shares currently get deliveries in 2 days. SEBI wants to shorten this to 1 day, but FPIs have been complaining that such a shift would need a significant revamp of their current compliance systems. Cabinet has approved 4,400 crore rupee worth of capital infusion in the state-owned credit insurance provider ECGC Limited and plans its listing through an initial public offering. Former Punjab Chief Minister Amrinder Singh last evening met Home Minister Amit Shah, giving rise to speculation of his future strategies. The meeting lasted for about 50 minutes. US markets ended higher as bond yields seemed to stabilize but then still rose for a seventh day in a row to 1.540%. Higher yields have hit shares of tech companies as bonds become more attractive to hold compared with stocks. Back home, benchmarks buckled under pressure for a second straight day. Spiking US Treasury yields and high crude prices have added to the sell-off. A depreciating rupee which tumbled for a fourth session on the trot also took a toll on investor confidence. Let's tell you about which stocks will be in focus at opening bell. Invesco Developed Market Fund along with OFI Global China Fund have moved the NCLT against ZEEL Entertainment for not calling an EGM of the company. The matter is listed before the Mumbai bench of the NCLT for hearing today. ZEEL declined to comment on the development and said it remains committed to acting within the framework of the law. The Reserve Bank has removed Indian Overseas Bank from Prompt Corrective Action Framework or PCA after improvement in various parameters and a commitment that the lender will comply with the minimum capital norms. IndusInd Bank has said that it has acquired a 4.79% stake in embattled tree plantation firm McLeod Russell India by invoking 50 lakh pledged shares. Earlier in June too, IndusInd had acquired shares in the tea company after invoking pledge to recover dues. The IPO of Aditya Birla Sun Life AMC has received 56% subscription on the first day. Retail category was fully subscribed and non-institutional investors were subscribed by 14%. And that's a wrap for the day. Thank you for listening in. Wish you all a great day ahead. This is your host Rohit signing off. Goodbye.
The Rise with India podcast on ET Now.